comedian Louis C.K. has apparently just signed a deal to write, direct, and star in a new feature film comedy called I'm a Cop. The film follows a depressed middle-aged man who is a volunteer police officer living in the shadow of his mother, a highly decorated retired officer. When she dies, her continued influence forces him to become a real police officer, which is something he never wanted to be. John, do you buy or sell the sounds of I'm a Cop?
I am, surprisingly enough, I'm going to sell this. I love Louis C.K. His stand-up is some of the best, most poignant, sharp in the world. And every once in a while when he pops up in films or television shows, he can actually be pretty good. But this sounds a little bit too much like Let's Be Cops. I know that's just playing on the vernacular of the actual titles. But also, I feel like any project that Louis C.K. is in could be started with the summary reading. The film follows a depressed middle-aged man who ... Yeah. The next Louis C.K. movie. The film follows a depressed middle-aged man who ... Okay, I would really love to see Louis C.K. do something that we're not expecting him to do. This sounds like something he would do, and it might end up being brilliant, but just because I kind of feel like this is all ground we've tread on before, for now I'm going to mildly sell it. Mark?
I'll buy pretty much anything that Louis C.K. is involved in. I think he's that talented. I think he's the voice of a generation as far as comedy goes. And when you watch his show, Louis, he nails not only the comedic aspects of the life of a comedian, but he also gets the dramatic take too. And with this, I think you can have some of that. It can be a little darker. Now, the fear with something like this is that it turns into like a Paul Blart situation.
I don't
or it
think
turns
he'll
into
do
even
that.
like an arrest the Seth Rogen mall cop movie, right, where it was darker and it tried to be comedic and it didn't work. But with somebody like Louis C.K., I just don't think that he's going to tackle a project that he's writing and directing and starring in unless he has full confidence that he can do it his way. And as far as his range goes, I don't know that he has a lot of range as an actor. And I think he's aware of that. I think that when you hear depressed middle-aged man, that's who Louis C.K. is going to play. When he pops up in movies, that's who he plays, even in small roles. He's not going to be playing the Vision anytime soon, okay? He's going to be playing what he can do well, and I think that's a credit to him knowing what his boundaries are. So, yeah, I'm definitely going to buy this.
Christian?
I buy it just because of Louis C.K. If you put that premise out there and it's like you said, Kevin James or anybody else, Melissa McCarthy. No, I've seen her do it too many times, but I don't think you'll fall into that Seth Rogen cop movie or the Paul Blart movie because it's Louis C.K. and he's a lot more clever that way too. And as far as his range goes, let's not forget that it was the same character, I guess, so it's not too much range. But as far as his acting chops, I should say, American Hustle, he was great.
Great point.
He was really good in American Hustle. The guy can act. He wants to direct. I believe he's directed a lot of Louis.
Louis, I mean, he edits the show. Yeah, he does everything.
He does everything. So because of him and because of what he's doing, and he doesn't venture into movies so much. And is this the first feature film that he's directed? Is this?
I believe it
maybe
would
so.
be.
So that's why I'm okay with him doing the press thing. I don't want him to see his next. I don't want to see 5 movies of the same thing over and over again. I like to see him switch up and do something. But to be his first one out the gate as a director, do what you do. Hit it out of the park with the first one. It's Louis C.K. Cast well. He does that well. Put in your friends that are funny in there, which he will do. Cut costs and get the funny guys in there. Chris Rock will probably pop up in there, and his friends will pop in there. And I think it'd be a lot of fun.
I'd love to see Louis C.K. play like a Ukrainian mobster. I don't know why. I just think he would do. I just think he would crush something like that.